guys. I wanted to have a quick little talk with you guys. Basically, I wanted to talk about competition. Let's talk about competition. What is competition? Generally, I think competition is when there is maybe two opposing forces. It could be two teams, right? Maybe your favorite sports teams. It could be two businesses. It could be corporations. Right? We're pretty much familiar with what competition is. I don't think competition is horrible. I think that, and you guys also have to excuse my squinting because I'm not wearing shades, but generally, competition can make sports more interesting to watch, right? It can make it just that much more like lively, right? A little healthy competition. I think that in business, generally, it can make the workplace, although it may be competitive, it can make it more productive, right? Because people are competing to move ahead or to hit their quota or their incentive or whatever the case may be. So I think that, competition is not anything that's ugly. I don't think it's anything that's unhealthy. What I do think is the moment that competition is placed in the position of romantic relationship, it could be friendship, it could be family, friends, that is when it's not healthy. And I think that the two cannot exist, right? Someone cannot say that they are for you when they are either outwardly competing with you or silently, right? Which unfortunately a lot of times we do know does happen with sometimes you could have whatever, friends, you could have family, you could even have a romantic partner that technically, if they're for you, they should want to see you win. They should be there to celebrate your wins, and really be happy for you. Unfortunately, if someone is really competing with you, can they genuinely can that person really celebrate you? Personally, I don't think that they can. If they're competing with you, because in order to compete, whether it's outward and it's known or it's silently done, that means that they are not wanting to see you, have celebrations. They're not going to want to see you glow up. They're not going to want to see you successful, thriving, or in these different areas that they might potentially be competing with you on. To me, love is not competitive, right? Because if you love someone, be it platonic, be it romantically, be it, whatever, because they're your friends, your relatives, your family. If you love someone, that means that you want to see them thrive. You want to see them happy. You want to hear good news. You want to see them successful, happy. You want to celebrate their wins. You're there for the celebrations, for the wins, and genuinely happy, right? Happy when they're glowing, happy when they're at their best, not, competing that, oh, now you've surpassed me, or now you've outdone me, or feel threatened in any sort of way. Your success should not threaten friends. Your success should not threaten family. It should not threaten your romantic partner. Any of that. And if it does, then like I say, that's really up to you to decide how you choose to deal with that. But personally, I think that you are, like how they say, you are what you eat. I think you are what you consume. You are what you surround yourself with. And if you are really surrounding yourself with people that are not really for you, meaning that they're not really genuinely celebrating whatever your glow, they're not really celebrating your wins, they're not really celebrating you, then are you in the best environment? I don't know. Like I say, even to be competitive actually is quite normal. I think that it is whatever, it's human nature for us to to compete, but there's just certain arenas, certain areas that I think cannot coexist, right? You can't say that you love me and you're for me, but yet you don't really want to see me shine, or don't really want to see me have that win or success, because you are silently or outwardly competing with me. make that make sense. I don't know. But you guys leave comments down below. And like I say, if you are someone that is dealing with that type of situation, you know, my suggestion is really, I guess, deciding what is for you. What is the environment that is for you. I do think that it probably just means that you have not really found your real tribe, if you want to put it that way, your real soul tribe, which I think is out there, which means people that just really vibe with you, that I think there are positive, uplifting people that really do want to see you thrive and survive and win and have all those victories. And if you are surrounding yourself with people that do not, then I would suggest to possibly switch that up and to have faith and to know that there are the right types that are out there for you. You just haven't connected with them yet. Be on the other side of that coin, right? Maybe you find yourself not really celebrating your friends or family or spouse or whatever, boyfriend, girlfriend, the way that you could. All right, they say what's up. But yeah, maybe you find yourself not really celebrating, you know, others the way that you could or should. And, you know, maybe you're not doing that because for some reason it's triggering you. And somehow it makes you feel less than, you know, if let's just say, I don't know, someone got a promotion, someone hit their weight goals, someone is in their dream relationship, or maybe they just are glowing up. Maybe they're just really stylish or whatever, really pursuing and going after their dreams and certain things like they should be. And for whatever reason, you really can't find yourself, like, you know, you might tell them, you know, congrats, that's great, but maybe really you're sucking your teeth, or you're like looking for holes, you know, within the picture that you can kind of like pick apart and criticize and point out why it's not really a victory or whatever. If that is the case, and like I say, we are all human, we all fall subject to that. What I would say, if that is the case, is that you're very human, but I would suggest some of the advice that I had in my other video, which is just for you to kind of start remembering just how badass you are and how wonderful, how great you are. And when you really realize that, then you'll realize that there's no need to compare yourself, to compete with other people. Yes, you know, just to reiterate, yes, I do think that competition can be a very, very healthy thing in the right setting. If we're talking about sports, if we're even talking about, you know, maybe the workplace, and, you know, maybe you're in competitive sales or whatever, or you're just wanting to elevate to the next position. Okay, and then I would say that competition is extremely healthy in that sense. But once you take something that is as powerful as competition and you place it in the position of friendship, you place it in the position of a spouse or a loved one, someone who should be a loved one, then like I say, my opinion on that is that you cannot really celebrate them if you are comparing yourself, and their victory for you is a loss because you are either silently or outwardly trying to compete in some sort of way. And like I say, I really do feel like, look at the little squirrels, y'all. Well, you guys can't really see them, but I'm out here in the natures. I guess I put an S on the end, out here in the natures. But like I say, I think that when you really take a minute to celebrate, you know, your own victories, what it is that you do like or love about yourself, maybe it doesn't mean there isn't room for improvement and things like that, but overall you should have way more things that, you know, you could find to celebrate yourself about than to, you know, put yourself down about. And I think that oh, my nose is running here. Let me see here. I'm gonna have to edit that out, you guys. I'm gonna have to edit that out. Still a little chilly out here, but like I say, once you realize that you are in the best way, like I say, to really glow up, whatever, that first happens internally, And that, you know, a lot of people, some people think that a glow up is as simple as a new hairstyle or a new wardrobe or weight loss or whatever. And they're like, boom, you know, or they feel like, or they wonder, why, you know, this is supposed to be a glow up, but I still don't feel happy, or whatever. Maybe they hit their career goal. Now they're making millions of dollars a year, or whatever, you know, whatever, tens of thousands a month, or whatever that goal may be. But for whatever reason, they still are shocked, you know, because they are not as happy as they could be. And what I have to say on that is that 9 times out of 10, more than likely, that's because, like I say, any kind of glow up or change happens from within first, right? Because all of the exterior stuff to me is kind of like the you know, that's the treasure or whatever, the treasure at the end of the rainbow of like the internal work, the stuff that you've already done. So to me, I wonder what they're doing over here, you guys. I could flip this. I don't know. Might be a little noisy that way. I don't know. I guess we could stay on our trail, right? I guess we could stay on our trail. It might get a little noisy very soon, but we'll see if we can go past this a little bit. But anyway, but yeah, like I say, some people, you know, you look at them from the exterior, you say they have all the money, maybe they're attractive, they have money, on the outside it appears that they're living great, yet, you know, you have a conversation with them, or you're just around them, maybe they're very toxic, maybe they're just not happy people in general. And like I say, and then there's some that, you know, you hear about, I don't know, like celebs and people that have so much, yet whatever, I don't know, they are you know, whatever, on drugs or suicidal or just whatever, all those taboo things I can't really say here on YouTube too much, but you know, they're just not happy people. And like I say, to me, that's because what happens from the inside first. Happens from the inside first. And because of that, you know, like I say, that guy was so nice. He didn't turn the leaf blower on until I passed. That was really nice of him. How cool was that? Very cool. They are doing work all up and down here, you guys. But anyway, like I say, for me, the external glow up in my eyes always happens first, from the inside, meaning that you're doing whatever that work is. You're doing the shadow work, you're doing the, you know, you're addressing traumas, you are, you know, really just, like I say, I feel like happiness is a choice. You know, I always say choose happy. Happy is the way to go. Sometimes, you know, we place our happiness into the, sometimes we place the our happiness or fulfillment into the hands of others. You know, we're disappointed, and this is all natural to you guys, but we're disappointed if we're left out of the friend group, or we feel disappointed if we're not getting the affection or whatever that we feel we're deserving of, and we are deserving of. But you know, we feel like our spouse is not paying us enough attention, or our boyfriend or girlfriend is not, you know, whatever, taking us out enough, and we're at home and we're bored, or whatever the case. All I know is that your happiness is a choice. You could choose happy. You're responsible for your joy from day to day. It's no one else's responsibility but your own, is how I personally feel. And cute little dog. I don't know if I want to go much further. I think I might go to the end of this here and then turn around, you guys. But like I say, in general, my personal feelings around that is that it's your responsibility. Joy, happiness is your responsibility. And if you're around people that do make you feel left out, or you're in a relationship where you're not being shown the love or affection or celebrated the way you should be celebrated, or you're around family members, whatever, that are toxic, that, you know, whatever, have you upset all the time, or arguing, or, you know, like, happiness is a choice. Life is fleeting. We feel like we'll be here forever. I don't know, maybe I think I'll walk with the sunlight, the natural sunlight. A lot of work happening in general, you guys. Like I say, my feelings is that happiness is a choice. You could choose happy, or you could, you know, stay in situations or around individuals that are not really your people, your soul tribe. And I know that sounds so like hoochie bougie, and people that are not into all that, you know, you're not, you know, maybe you don't consider yourself real, like, whatever, spiritual in that way. But when I say soul tribe, I just mean a group of people that basically are vibrationally aligned with you. I don't mean that there's one that's better than the other, because we're all at different levels and we're basically where we need to be at the time we need to be. But whatever that vibe may be, we are, you know what I'm saying, like, we're all here on this journey. But if you know, keep going, you will, and you put yourself in the right environments of people that are aligned with you, I do feel that you will find your soul tribe. You know what I mean? You will find that right friend group that, you know, maybe you've been friends with someone for whatever, very long time, decades, whatever, and based off of ways that you've grown, maybe your interest has changed, things that you know, hobbies, whatever, has grown, and people from your past really can't really vibe with that. They don't get it, or not feeling it. Possibly, maybe you've outgrown that friend group, and that's okay. It just means that you just have to keep on moving, and connect with other people that are really, you know, those that you really should be vibing with. So let that pass, you guys. So I hope the audio is all good. I hope you guys, I'm gonna flip the camera, see me okay, see me all right. But I just really wanted to make a part 2 to this video, because I felt that it was worth, you know, kind of, I wanted to elaborate on certain points that I felt I didn't go fully in on.